Hello guys, welcome to a new vlog. If you watched the last one, I literally just finished filming the outro clip for the last vlog, which was Melbourne. This vlog is us going to Adelaide, and yes, I look like a big potato head. We're heading to the airport. That's what's going on now. If you're interested in what I made in Melbourne and Sydney and my cancellations totals, I just read that in the last vlog, so go and check it out. My flight is at 12:20. However, I would like to get there early because I am business class today. Oh my God, there is nothing I love more than getting to fly business class. I know it's only domestic. It's not like it's a flex. It's not super expensive or anything like that. I'm going to get there a little bit earlier than normal because there is food in the lounge, there is coffee in the lounge, and there is free alcohol in the lounge. And oh my God, it just started pissing down rain. Can you guys hear that? Oh, I love that noise. But of course it happens when I'm gonna have to go down there and get in an Uber. We are off to Adelaide. I did have 2 pre-bookings for today once I arrive. Well, there was a bit of a time window, which is great because I have so much fucking laundry to do. And I think it's only my Adelaide accommodation that has a washing machine and dryer in the same place. And then I had 2 pre-bookings. However, one of them has messaged yesterday saying, hey, he can't make today, but he wanted to know what other availability was left for the other 2 days of the trip. He hasn't gotten back to me, but I am hoping something will work for him and we'll just shift him across to another day. I am happy to do that on tours for pre-bookings. That's not an issue. It just has to be, obviously, I can't take someone else's booking time away and give you their time when they've paid a deposit. It's just whatever's left, which there's quite a bit left. So he's got a few options. Haven't heard from him though, so I don't really know what's going on there, but I do have at least 1 remaining pre-booking for today. Okay, update guys, sorry if there's chocolate in my teeth. I did just munch down a fucking Ferrero Rocher. Was on my flight, I flew business. I've got a couple clips from the business class flight. The flight went really well and the drinks were really good and everything. I had 3 alcoholic beverages while I was on the plane. I'd forgotten that the lounge had no alcohol until 12, so I booked, I'd planned to be in there having a drink before the flight. Unfortunately, I couldn't, so I kind of scoffed down the whole 3 that I could while I was on the plane. Anyway, before I left Melbourne, I had a follower come up to me in the girls' bathroom in the Virgin Lounge. She was like, oh my God, are you Lillith? And she gave me a hug and she was talking to me about my content and stuff like that. So I think she mostly follows TikTok. I don't think she follows YouTube, but if she ever sees this, hello, and thank you for saying hi. She was gorgeous too, by the way. She had the most perfect lashes. I'm guessing they were freshly done. They were just, I kept looking at them. I was like, damn, look at those lashes. Anyway, I'm currently in Adelaide and I've obviously, as you can see, done a full face of makeup and I have gotten changed. I had a guy that was messaging me while I was getting off the plane that looked serious. Take that with a grain of salt. And he was like, oh, can I see you at 3 or 4 this afternoon? And I was like, look, could you just give me half an hour? I just need to get off the plane. I need to get my luggage. I need to check in. It's always while I'm getting off the plane that everyone wants to talk to me. And I understand they're not mind readers, but it does say on the ad, I won't be checked in until 3 p.m. So it's always well, I need you to reply now. Anyway, he wasn't being impatient. I just said half an hour. And then once I checked in, it was within 5 minutes of me walking in the door. I sent him a message saying, yeah, I can do 4 p.m. My issue was that if something was delayed, say my luggage got lost, or let's say there was an issue with my room and I couldn't check in straight away or something like that, that I wouldn't be able to make it for 4 p.m. and it wasn't pre-booked for 4. And also it takes me fucking 45 minutes to do a face and makeup. I didn't want to say yes and take a deposit and not physically be able to do it. So until I checked in, I didn't know if I'd be able to make it. Anyway, I started running around, showered, through that, one whole side of my suitcase was my used clothes from the last 3 days on tour, 6 days on tour, sorry. Threw them in the wash, switched that thing on, ran in, showered, makeup, brushed through my hair, everything to try to get ready for this booking, had sent him the deposit information, still has not paid a deposit. There's a quick little update. Client has paid a deposit and I have 15 minutes. When you book somebody and like pay a deposit with like no notice and they've said like I've just got off a plane and stuff, you cannot expect perfection in the way that they look and how organized everything is, because you've given them no time to prepare. So right now, like honestly, I'm looking very plain and definitely need some more sprucing up, but I don't have time to do it because he just wants it now and he wants it now, so we're just gonna do it. Yeah, unfortunately this is the reality, guys. If you don't give girls enough time to get ready, they can't get ready. So the lashes are looking a mess, makeup is definitely needing a touch up, there is no time for it. Let's get going. Vlog update. Yes, I'm aware I'm missing lashes. I need to put on a new pair. Those ones are absolutely munted. Anyway, update. Did the hour booking. He ended up being really nice. He was young. He is quite a good looking dude too, actually. I'm not trying to like toot his horn, but he was quite a good looking dude. Quite friendly. We did have a couple instances where he did try to do one of these. Oh, this is going to be impossible to hear me with that in the background, isn't it? A couple of like attempted these, but the second I said to him, no, I don't offer that, he immediately stopped. Like he immediately was like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. And I wasn't really threatened by it because some of the things he wanted me to do to him were a little bit dominant over him. So I'm not bothered. I would see him again. He was actually fine. I think it was just like a bit of a miscommunication. Anyway, that went really well. I'm gonna fix my lashes and then I'm gonna freshen up and hopefully have time to duck down and get a few groceries. Excuse the terrible fucking lighting, guys. I am so exhausted. I forgot in my last clip, because I was kind of in a rush to get down to the shops, right? I forgot to mention what happened with one of the ladies looking in this window. So pretty much, long story short, client and I did the shebang in that room, the bedroom. He had had a shower and got redressed, but I was still naked, okay? He's here at the door and he's saying goodbye and I'm like giving him a hug, and I turn because I can see him looking out this window. I turn and there is a lady directly in line with this apartment, but the one that faces us, and she's on her balcony like looking, and she's got her phone like up against the glass. And I'm standing there, I'm looking at her, and eventually she realizes that I'm looking because maybe she's only got like a foggy view into the apartment. And she like moves behind the curtain, kind of like hides, right? Behind this curtain, but her one, obviously. The client thinks it's funny. He thinks it's hilarious. He's got nothing to lose in terms of anyone seeing him here. But I was under the impression that these windows are tinted, right? Because it's the middle of the day. It was what, 4 p.m. It's bright outside. From what I understood, windows like this are tinted during the day. It's when the sun starts to go down. So probably about this time now when I'm filming, and later it will be visible inside because it's now darker, okay? And what I also find weird is I couldn't see in any of their apartments when I opened this window, but for some reason I could see her. It was just so bizarre. She very clearly could see because she was like hiding with this phone, and then she was like looking and then looking again. Mind you, the door is I'm on one end of the apartment right now. The door is on the other end. So we were pretty far into the apartment. It's not like we were like right against this window here. Anyway, thank God it was a client that did not care. Obviously, now these need to stay closed at all fucking times while I'm in here. In terms of my tiredness level, so I've got an hour and 45 minutes now until my next booking. I've had my available now on while I've been sitting here. So it's been on for 2 hours now. And essentially, I've just been trying to catch up on emails and also just collect myself. I have a lot of online work that's now starting to like rebuild up, because I've been working so much, as you guys can see from the vlogs and with all the flights and everything. So I do feel a little bit like I'm drowning, and I'm just trying to like keep my head afloat with everything. So I've been working on that. So things like OnlyFans messages and that kind of thing, right? I'm also starting my to-do list, which includes editing like all of these vlogs, and I want to make like a mailing list and that kind of thing, right? But I feel a little bit like I'm hitting a wall, and I don't know if that's because I'm actually tired and I burnt myself out, because like, as you guys can see, I'm still functioning, I'm still filming the vlogs and everything. Normally when I hit burnout, I can't do even that anymore, right? I think that I just feel tired because I've had so many cancellations that it's sort of depleted my morale. I don't know if this is going to make sense to you guys. I'm going to try my best to explain it. Maybe someone will relate to it. Essentially, when I'm working really hard, I get on a high because I'm making so much money, and it's like booking and then like an hour and a half recovery time, then booking, then recovery time, then booking. And when I see my hustle, and I'm proud of myself for working so much and for just being a bad bitch, I get a high from it, right? But when it's a day like today, I feel guilty that I haven't worked more, but I've done everything I can to get more work, and I did have more work, it's just cancelled. So I feel this weird feeling of like, oh, like you've flown to another state and you've worked a 1 hour and now another 1 hour. You've made $1,800 in a day. It just, I don't know, I think that's why I feel weird. I feel weird when I'm not hitting goals. I think that's what it is. There's something there, but I just don't feel my best today. With that said, I am looking forward to my next booking. He's been lovely with his inquiry. Never seen him before. Really lovely dude. We were talking just the other day just to check in about this booking and everything. So that's not what I mean, but I just mean like my hustle is like burning down because there's not any hustle to be done. And I don't know how to feel about that, guys. I don't know. Does anyone relate to that, or is it just me? I don't know. On a positive note, all of my clothes have been washed and dried, so this is now clean, which is why I put it straight back on the second it was clean again. Yeah, I don't really know what else to update you guys on. Pretty much that's my funny story, and I will update you guys after this next booking. Guys, I'm clearly looking very sexy. Finished up my booking. He was lovely, as I expected. He was really nice. He transferred the amount, so I don't have actual cash to show you for that one. Again, just an hour, so $900. So it's been a very quiet day. All in all, a good day though. We've had no dramas, and I'm feeling just worn down in a sense, and I don't mean regarding work, I just mean all the cancellations have kind of upset me, but I'm sure I'll be over it tomorrow. Pretty much I'm heating up some food now, and I'm going to try to get as much sleep as I can, so I'm ready to go tomorrow. I'm not sure what time my first booking is. I will check when I go to bed. Morning, guys. It's been a dramatic morning already. Pretty much I woke up about half an hour ago, and I was having, oh my god, my mouth is so dry, isn't it? I was having my morning coffee, right? So I'm just like laying here, I'm going through emails and like just checking on things that I can while I have my coffee. And I spilled my coffee over this side of the bed. And I was like, fuck, I'm like, I can call room service, yeah. But they're set to come and clean at 11. When's my booking? 11. I'm like, they're gonna come in during that booking, aren't they? Fuck me dead. So I ended up stripping off the bed, and I fixed it. So what I've done is that sheet, because it wasn't this doona, the doona was still pulled down. It was the bottom sheet that got covered in coffee. So I've managed to fix it. I've taken that, the drenched sheet off, and I've hid it in the cupboard. And I've just checked in with my clients that are for later today. So I've got one at 11 for an hour and a half, and then one at 2:30. And the one at 2:30 I've seen every single trip. So he's going to be a great booking, easy client, really lovely guy. I guess that makes him a regular, I think, in my mind. Like, if they're seeing you every trip, I understand most people define regular as like 4 to 6 times a year, but I don't live in Adelaide. So I consider touring regulars the ones that book every time I come through. So yes, that'll be good to see him, because I think it's been like 8 months or something. It was before I retired that I last saw him. My first booking today I haven't met before, but also seems really lovely. He was pre-booked well in advance too, so Yeah, that's my day. Hopefully more work comes up for the night, but for now, at least there's a decent amount of work today, unlike yesterday with my whole 2 hours I worked. Yeah, I'm gonna get moving because I need to go and brush my teeth, get my face done, obviously, sort out these very dry lips, need to rehydrate, and get moving for the day. This quick little vlog update. What is going on? I think it's the lighting because I can't open any of these now because I'm so worried that that lady across there is gonna see anything. So the lighting is shocking. I look terrible. Anyway, we've got half an hour until my first booking and I've just been talking with my second booking. So this one's confirmed. He said he's coming. The second one's also confirmed, but it turns out I forgot to leave a note. He's actually filming the booking, which is no issue at all. But that actually means we're making more money today already than I thought we were because filming is $800. So I'm very excited about that. That was great news for the day. I'm making extra money out of nowhere, out of thin air. It's just coming to me. So that's great. We love that. Thank you very much. I don't think he watches these, but if you ever do, we are very excited about that extra money today. So the first one, again, hour and a half. It's mostly feet focused. I get a lot of feet guys and I love feet bookings. I genuinely really enjoy men like in the middle of sex, like licking and kissing my feet. I enjoy it. And that look on their face when they're enjoying it gets me going. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have a really good time with this first one because he specifically said he likes feet. So yeah. And then of course the second one, I've seen him every single trip. So that's gonna be, that's not even a question, that's gonna be a good booking. And if we're lucky, maybe an hour might pop up later on today, something like that, because we would love to make 5K today. Right now we are set to make 4,250, obviously not including online like OnlyFans stuff, just in person. It would be great to have a $5,000 day in Adelaide. Manifest it, guys. Send the vibes while you're watching this and hopefully something else comes through. I'd literally just need 1 hour, one more hour. Very quick update and I need to be a little bit quiet. Housekeeping was knocking in like the last 10 minutes of that booking. And I yelled out, I was like, come back later, please. Because I don't understand like why they're coming through. There is no sign. I can't put a sign on the door. And I had somebody earlier come through, so I don't know why they're coming through again, which is really annoying. They've just knocked now, and obviously I need to like hide everything, which I've now done. They said they'll come back in 10 minutes. Anyway, the booking itself went really well. He was lovely. He tipped me $50 as well, so that puts us a little ahead for the goal. Right now, I can't update you anymore because we've got housekeeping about to come in. So yeah, I will get back to you when I can. Guys, I've never been so stressed in my life. I have to make sure he's not at the door. Yeah, no, okay, I think he's gone. So the room service, way to go. Like we just finished a booking. He said he was going to be back in like 15 minutes to come and clean the room. About half an hour after that, which I had to sort of sit and wait for him to come back, he came in and he started the clean. And then he was like, oh, I need to change the bedding. I'll come back in 15 minutes with the bedding stuff. And I'm like, okay. So I'm still waiting, like in wait mode, like, okay, he's going to walk in at any second. Comes back with the bedding, but 45 minutes later. So that's taken up like my whole break was me like waiting around, and he literally just finished changing this bed that he was adamant needed to be changed. Okay, it needs to be changed right now. I have 8 minutes until my booking starts. That's how close I was cutting it. I even came in and I was like, do you need any help? I've got to head out. Because I'm like, what the fuck? Why was he in here for so long? Everything was like taking so long, and I'm like, I don't know if they're trying to suss me out or like what they're doing, but it was super bizarre. Anyway, it's okay because I am fully ready and my booking will be here any second now. So at least he's gone. He's not gonna walk into that, but oh my God. I also even went down to reception and was like, hey, could you please leave a note that I don't need room service tomorrow because I don't want this happening again. So much for my break. I spent the whole thing stressed about that. Anyway, I am ready to go and ready to complain to my regular about the room service. He'll listen to me whinge about it for 5 minutes. Okay, anyways, that's that. As a little vlog update. So the booking went really well as expected. As I've said, I've seen that client so many times, and yes, I do need to go and touch up my makeup. I have refreshed it, but it's not until I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh yeah, there's still some missing here. Anyway, booking went really well. Of course, it was 2 hours filming and BBBJ, so good money. This client has seen me every single time I've come through here. Yeah, he's literally never missed a trip. He was here on my first trip and he's still here. So we do love that. He's a good egg. Anyway, regarding the situation with the cleaner, that has me a little on edge, okay? So it was really hard for me to update you guys because obviously I was so rushed because it was 8 minutes before the booking, and it flustered me a little bit. So when I went to pick this client up from downstairs, he was like, he said something like, what was it? He's like, did you not realize it was me? Because I must have looked that out of it, like dissociated from what had just happened with the cleaning situation and how stressed I was from that. But when I got him up here and I told him what had happened, he was like, oh, okay, now it all makes sense. Like as if I would have forgotten him. He's literally seen me every single Adelaide trip. Guys, like, fair enough, I might forget someone I've seen once for like an hour, but I'm not going to forget someone I've seen for like multiple hour bookings every single trip in a location. It's just, my brain's not that useless. Anyway, when he left after his booking, he sent me a text with a photo. The cleaner was outside. It's literally on my level, but down the end of the hallway, pretending to look out of the window. So weird, so weird. He had mentioned, because he had to come back up, he left his keys and his wallet in the room, which is no issue. It was like fucking a minute, and he came back and he's like, oh, I've forgotten this. And he was like, there's somebody hanging around in the hallway. And I was like, what does he look like? And he described pretty much the guy. There was like one difference, and he sent me a photo when he went back out. Took a photo of him, yeah, standing out there. So I don't know. When he first described the dude, because he looks quite similar to the manager, I thought maybe it was the manager was waiting outside, like they'd cottoned on to what I was doing and I was going to end up in trouble. But no, it definitely wasn't the manager in the photos, it was the cleaner again. So I don't know. I also don't understand, if they have an issue with me doing my work in this building, why do they keep bringing me so many towels? I have like 6-8 towels. Surely they would know what that means. Like, the extra towels, please. They're obsessively bringing swarms of towels. Yeah, anyway, that's the update. So I am a little on edge, not because of the booking was great, because of what's going on with the fucking cleaner and him hanging around. I'm gonna guess his shift would finish at 5, so he should be gone, like pretty much now he should be gone for the day. So I probably won't see him again until tomorrow. But it is really strange. I've never had anything like this happening in a hotel before. And just, why did it take him so long to clean? There was a 2-hour span of like, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Yeah, he's back, dawdling around, doing everything so slowly, going back down to get these sheets that was essential that the sheets were changed, and then taking over half an hour to change a bed. If your job is cleaning hotel rooms, you're pretty fast at cleaning a hotel room, right? Changing a bed, it's one bed. And keep in mind, he didn't change the pillowcases at all. It was just the sheet, the 2 sheets and the fucking mattress, or whatever you call it, doona cover. It's currently 4:56. I have a booking at 5:30. It is just a half an hour, which I don't normally take half an hour bookings in Adelaide. However, I didn't have any other pre-bookings for tonight, and I figured I would do it. He said he watches the YouTube videos, so he'll probably see this at some point. It's half an hour, but with BBBJ, which is also something I only offer on 30 minutes on a case-by-case basis. But obviously that's really good money for a half an hour. That is an $800 booking. And I am on a hustle and grind to get to my goal, so I'm gonna do it. Seems fine. I think he had an outfit request that I can't physically do because I'm already here on tour, as you can see on the vlog, and that the item that he wanted is still back home in Brisbane. And I also don't do outfit requests on 30 minutes. Maybe that's a good idea for a video at some point, talking about the differences in like 30-minute bookings and hour-plus bookings. I guess I could do that. Pretty much, I'm gonna touch all this up. I might smash down a protein bar maybe, just to like give me a bit of energy to keep going. And then I will be doing this half an hour booking, which, yeah, that should be in and out pretty fucking quickly, you know. 30 minutes is not a lot of time for a booking. But yeah, should be good. And then we will have made, after that next booking, 5.2k for today. As a little update, I can't really move about the apartment the way I would like to for different clips for this video. I'm so worried about something showing in the background about where I am. Anyway, that booking, the 30-minute, went fine. I think, and I may be wrong, he does say that he watches these videos, so he will see this. I think there might have been some confusion with him about what a 30-minute booking is. I had sent him a services list, but I just think that maybe like he was thinking with that head and not that head. And so I think essentially what's happened is he hasn't understood like that the 30 minutes like a GFE quickie, it's kind of like in and out sort of thing. The hour bookings are more for like if they want to have a chat, and also if they want to do a lot of my services are in 1 hour plus, like particularly like fetish and that kind of thing. I have my business structured this way because I intentionally want to deter shorter bookings. I don't mind doing them here and there, and like that was a fine booking. I'm not like having a whinge about it, but I think for my business and like for how many clients I see, it makes more sense to deter shorter bookings and encourage longer bookings, which is why my price structure is set up the way it is, and it gets cheaper the longer they book, that kind of thing. So I think he was expecting to be able to do all of the services that my ad has in a 30-minute, even though I did send through the services info. So I think that was a bit of confusion there. My 30 minutes are like just absolute basic GFE, and they are sort of like in and out. They're for guys that know they don't need a lot of time, just want to come in, some kissing, bit of oral, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, out the door. Like that's a 30-minute booking. They're definitely not like glamorous or like really getting a good full experience, because unfortunately there's not enough time for it. So yeah, I don't know. I think it wasn't quite what I think he walked into it thinking he was going to be able to do all the services and then couldn't. Anyway, he was fine. Booking's done. He said that he found me through YouTube, so he'll probably see this video at some point. Yeah, he was no trouble at all. Just I think that there was a bit of a miscommunication there with what the booking was about. Anyway, that is all the bookings I have scheduled for today. I've just gone and redone my makeup because unfortunately we had a little bit of an accident on like across pretty much all of here. So that required like full makeup removal across here, like a scrub, and then putting all this bit back on. At least putting that part on is like 10 minutes as opposed to like redoing like this section is like, yeah, a lot more time. Anyway, no big deal. Sorted, done. I will update you guys when I decide what the fuck I'm doing. I think I just need an hour of like brain switch off, because today's not only been busy, but also my recovery time between those earlier bookings was infiltrated by the cleaner annoying the living shit out of me. So just need some alone time, I think, and then I'll be feeling much better. I think it's about an hour since last clip. I've ordered Uber Eats. I still don't know if I'm going to keep working tonight or what I'm going to do. I just am in a weird state. I think I'm just a little bit burnt out now. I think I'm at a point where I'm like, Anyway, I treated myself to some Uber Eats. Actually, I didn't treat myself. CB has funded this. He does watch these, so he will see it. I did tell him I was going to save it for Cairns, which is still 2 days away. But tonight seems like the perfect like little treat yourself, get some Uber Eats kind of moment, especially when I'm so burnt out, because maybe this will make me feel well enough to keep working. Otherwise, maybe it's just a great way to start enjoying the rest of the day off. How is it that I've made like 5.2k in a day and I'm still like, oh, should I keep working? Should I not? Like, surely there's a point where you're like, okay, that's enough. Anyway, enough yapping. First thing and the main thing I ordered is from Noodlebox. I did look at other options. I promise you, I spent 20 minutes looking at everything on there, but Noodlebox is my favorite. And right now I would just like my favorite thing. However, it is a new thing I haven't had from there before. This is a vegetarian pad thai. I'm reading the receipt. That's why I'm looking off to the side. I've not tried this before, but it had really good reviews, and I do love to try everything Noodlebox offers because I've only ever once ordered something and didn't like it. So excited to try that. I think with the delivery that was like maybe $28, something like that. And then he had given me a $40 voucher. And sometimes they do like a bundle where you get delivery discount on a second order. So in here I have some yochi. This is the second time ever I've ordered yochi. And I also, in order to get the delivery discount, I had to spend an extra $2.50 or $3. So I just got the cookie dough, which is also great. I don't need to eat that right now. I might save that for tomorrow, just as like a little treat. I'll eat it on its own, not with the ice cream or the frozen yogurt. But oh my God, they were very generous with the size of this time. This is like about double what I got last time. I've got green tea and strawberry, which I haven't tried either of those flavors before, and the signature tart, which I have had before. So that's that. Thank you very much, CB, if you're watching this. So I think I only put in like $8 of my own money, and I definitely didn't need to be getting this as well. That's very greedy, but it's just one of those days. And also, I don't think we have these two flavors at home. At least they don't have them on the app when I order it. So I really wanted to try it, and I love yochi. I'll probably eat my food in reverse because I don't want this to melt. CB, this was very generous of you, and now I get to treat myself. Thank you. Am I not the sexiest potato you've ever seen? If you can't tell, it's quite a bit later. I guess you can't really tell because I'm not near a window. You can't see how light it is outside. It is 10 p.m. I pretty much, since I last spoke to you guys, I've obviously had a shower, took all my makeup off. I also did go for a walk just for mental health reasons. I don't know, just needed to like leave the apartment. So I went for a walk for, I want to say half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. While I was out, I deliberately headed in the direction of an ATM and deposited the cash that I had, just because I don't want it accumulating any more than that. It was pretty much, it was a couple $100 off the maximum I'm comfortable with having at once, obviously because of the money made today. So I just deposited it, and I'll have to do it again probably tomorrow night. I'm a bit stuffy in the throat and nose. I'm not really sure why. It's possibly just the aircon in here. Again, I get allergic to the fucking aircon in these places. Guys, quick little vlog update. Yes, I look miserable is what I look like. I think I'm starting to hit a wall now. I'm just really tired. Really fucking tired. My thighs are killing me. My kitty cat, I think I mentioned in the last clip, my kitty cat was very sore. Well, not very. 3 out of 10 sore yesterday. I can't feel that right now. It feels fine. It's my thighs. My thighs and like my ass muscle, but mostly my thighs. And I think it's just from like me riding. I definitely have been using it a lot more than usual. And I did have a client while in Adelaide one of the nights wanted to do a position I've never done for more than about 10 seconds before, that involves sort of like both of us standing but me bouncing, like kind of doing squats over and over again. I think I was able to hold it for, I want to say like maybe 5 minutes, but it was a position my body is not used to, and I think maybe that's why it's this bad. I'm not sure, or just exhaustion, I don't know. But yeah, the thighs are very, very sore. Hopefully they lose some fat after this, but unfortunately I think that's just going to gain even more muscle. So anyway, I am going to run around and get ready now. It's currently 7:30 a.m. My first booking is at 10, and then I think I have another one at 12, and if I'm right, the next one is at 4, but I haven't checked the calendar yet. I think that's correct. So I've got like a almost back to back, like an hour in between, and then a 2 or 3 hour break, and then another one. So yeah, and we will hit goal with all of those. I've just got to be able to get these legs to get through it. Too much riding, too much fucking riding. Today is my last day here in Adelaide, and I can see I also have a serious inquiry for, I think it's Townsville, on my work phone. However, while I'm this dopey and out of it, I'm just going to leave the phone alone for another hour or so while I wake up, because I don't want to make any mistakes with booking someone in or say something silly because I'm half asleep. Let's get in the shower. Now that we've had our coffee, let's get in the shower and get fucking cracking for the day. Guys, update, the water is out in the apartment. They said it's probably going to take an hour and a half to 2 hours to fix. It's now 8 a.m. because obviously I had to go down there to talk to them. I'm like, hey, they're like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. They were lovely about it, but it means I can't shower first. I'm gonna have to start getting ready and then rinse my body. We made it. I am ready for my booking. The water did turn back on, I want to say maybe half an hour ago, so I had to tie my hair all up again to get in the shower. Not ideal, especially as an autistic person, having a routine in the morning and then the water not being on. Anyway, that is what it is. It can't be helped, and at least it's back on now so my clients can use the shower before and after, because yeah, I don't want to know how that would go if there was no shower. Fair enough. I'm assuming most of them come already showered, or they've only been at work for a few hours and, you know, this is their lunch break. Like before they leave and go back to work, especially since I've got daytime bookings today, I'm assuming most of these guys work like corporate sort of jobs or something where they're, you know, using their lunch break to come and see me. So yeah, that would be a real fucking pain if they couldn't shower before they left. But it is all back working now. So I've got 20 minutes until my first booking. It is just 1 hour. Hours are really easy. It's a perfect amount of time. Well, actually, hour and a half is really the perfect amount of time, but an hour is the perfect amount of time to sort of be in and out. It's come in 15 minutes of talking and exchanging the money and just making sure they feel comfortable, going over if they have any like hard no's for the booking, what they want to do in the booking, then chucking them in the shower for 5 minutes and then getting into things with normally 5 or 10 minutes at the end to sort of like have a cuddle, like lay there and talk before they have to get in the shower and leave. So it works really well. These should be pretty easy today. None of them have seemed difficult over the phone at all. I haven't had any issues with these 3 guys today. I think they were all pre-booked. I think 2 of them have been pre-booked for like 2 months, a month and a half, month maybe, and one of them was I think about a week ago he did his pre-booking, so still very organized. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get moving with the day and fingers crossed everybody behaves today. All right guys, I just finished up my first booking. I'm so sorry about the angles here. I'm just really worried about showing where I'm staying in this particular case. Sometimes I don't care. In this location I do. Anyway, I finished up my booking. He was lovely. That's what I would consider a super easy booking. He was friendly, he was chatty. When we got into it, the way he did it was enjoyable. He had like a really strong curve, which we did talk about, probably TMI for the vlog, but yeah, it was a really good booking. That he did get here early, so when I was filming the last clip, I was about to like sign off the last clip, and he sent a text saying that he was here early and like he was just waiting in his car, and I was like, perfect, I'll see you early, because it gives me a little bit more time between these two. So perfect. The universe had my back there with a bit of an extra what, 15 minutes or something to spare. We love that. But yeah, booking went really well. He was lovely. Unfortunately, my makeup is not quite cooperating today. I think maybe if I stand in brighter light, yeah, like the makeup is just not makeuping today. I think it's this eyebrow is driving me up the fucking wall, and I did not put eyeshadow on today. I'm just feeling like a naked mole rat. And he just kept saying, he's like, oh, he said, I think he said twice, he was like, oh, you're so beautiful. And I was like, man, I feel like shit today with fucking this makeup going on. I can't pinpoint what it is that doesn't feel right about my makeup. Maybe it's that I have an issue with not having eyeshadow on, so maybe I should put some fucking eyeshadow on. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, enough about fucking makeup, because nobody cares about that. What I need to do is I need to duck next door to the grocery store, because there is 1 baby wipe left. And I literally restocked those on like, what was it? The Sydney tour, was it? Or was it the Melbourne tour? I think it was the Melbourne tour. So I've used an entire pack of baby wipes in like a location and a half. It's crazy. Anyway, I need to duck across and get another pack, easy done. And then I'll be able to get ready for the next booking. Ready to go for booking number 2 today. Also, the reception, the manager has called up to the room and she's like, oh yes, can I talk to you? Can I come up and talk to you about the incident that happened with the cleaner? And I'm like, not right now, honey. Because it's like 20 minutes until my client is here, and I don't want to be cutting it that close in case like the conversation isn't finished. I was like, oh, I'm just in the middle of some work at the moment. What time do you finish today? Like, I'll come down and see you, blah blah blah. Good God. Good thing she called though, and she didn't just like walk up and like knock on the door in the middle of my booking, or like put me on the spot like now. Anyway, we are ready for the next booking. I've just got a message from my last client today, the last pre-booking, the 4 p.m, and he's hurt himself. I won't say how, I'm just gonna say he's hurt himself. So yeah, it looks like he's cancelling. I have offered to like move him back further. Like, I can see him later tonight if he just thinks that he might just need a bit more time with what's happened. I don't think that's going to be the case, but yeah, so I may have to do short notice tonight. But anyway, for now, we are not stressing about that. We are focusing on the client that is going to be here in 20 minutes. Quick check-in, excuse the background noise. That is the dryer going with my clothes. Just getting dressed because again, reception wants to talk to me, so I'm going down to talk to them now. But sorry if I'm moving about and putting my socks on. That booking went really well. He was really lovely. We got 2 rounds in, which is exciting when that happens. He was really lovely, and he actually did not know me from social media or anything. He just came straight through Scarlet Blue and didn't even look into my social media before booking me, but we were having a good chat. Anyway, I'm gonna duck down and talk to reception, and then I think I'm gonna head to the shops, but I'm probably gonna come up and freshen up a bit better before I leave for the shops. I'm gonna go and talk to her though, and I will update you guys. Quick little update while I run around and grab my stuff so I can head out to the shops. They were really nice about it. Apparently they had like reasons why he was in each location when he was hanging around. He was meant to be on the floor for like a training thing. I don't know why, I'm guessing the training thing was happening in an empty room up here. So there was reasons why he was everywhere, which makes me feel a lot better. But the manager was so lovely, and she's like, oh, I'd like to give you a free breakfast tomorrow. I was like, oh, they're really lovely here. Like, she's been really good about it, and I feel better knowing that there was a reason for everything, why he was everywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much the update. It's sorted, and I'm gonna head to the shops. Guys, time for a vlog update. I have blisters on my feet. So essentially, since I last checked in with you guys, I went for a walk to the city. Please excuse my appearance. I am a sweaty mess right now and I look like utter garbage. I went for a walk into the city. It's like half an hour each way. So yeah, a bit of a walk, nothing crazy, but the entire shopping mall in Adelaide is like you walk through it. So my feet are sore. I've got a blister on my foot, which is weird because I wear those shoes all the time. So it must have been a lot of steps if I managed to get a blister. I'm back now, but I wanted to update you guys with what I bought. I started to feel guilty. Like, I was trying on things and stuff, and I started to feel guilty about what I'd spent. And now I've got home, I've realized I spent not very much. And here I was like gaslighting myself, being like, no, Lil, you spent too much money. Stop wasting your money. You don't work to waste money. I'm really bad for that. Anyway, H&M, which I hardly ever go into H&M. I find it really overwhelming. I get, like, there's just so much stuff, but this color had me suckered, and I tried it on. It was really cute. So it is like, I'd say a sage green. Is that the right color to explain it? And it's from the business section. So it's actually like a corporate, like, button-up shirt. The reason I grabbed this one was the color. As soon as I saw the color, I was like, oh my God, what is that? But I have been intending to get a couple more business style outfits. Mostly because I think it might be smart to have one corporate attire outfit with me on tour in case there is a situation where I need to just look like I'm somebody's colleague, possibly getting them from the lobby if they work near where I'm staying, and I can just look like I am an office, like a colleague of some sort. Also, a lot of the guys have like an office role play kind of kink thing. It's a common role play that is asked for. It's one of the most common that I've had requested. And I figured if I have a few more outfit options, it might be good. This obviously needs to be steamed, which thank God I bought a steamer because we all know I cannot iron. Anyway, that's enough fucking over yapping about what the shirt is for. It's just a plain green office button-up shirt. It feels really nice though, and it was only $27.99. So it's not like I wasted much money on that. That's the only clothing item I got, and it's kind of work related, to be honest. The only other thing I bought, and this is why I don't know why that was my mindset while I was there, like, oh my God, you're wasting so much money, Lil, stop it. Like, you don't work this hard to waste money. I went into Sunglasses Hut. I wanted Chanel sunglasses. That's something that I've wanted for a little while. And I went into the one in the Maya, and they had Chanel, but the frames were just ugly. They didn't look nice on my face. They were like big, or even the smaller ones, they were like too chunky. And as much as I really wanted them to be Chanel, none of the Chanel styles I genuinely liked, and I didn't want to get suckered into buying it just because it was Chanel. So I went on the hunt to see if I could find anything else, and there was a standalone Sunglasses Hut store. So I went in there and I was like, hey, do you guys stock any Chanel? Like, I'm just seeing if you guys have any other ones, because I couldn't find anything I liked the other one. And they're like, no, sorry, we're not allowed to stock it. We do have other brands though. So I had to look around, and thank God I did, because I found these. So these are Burberry. They are very, very cute. I'm sort of surprised I ended up with Burberry. My mum in particular loves Burberry. It's her favorite like luxury brand. Mind you, she owns like 2 things from Burberry, and one is just a little bag charm that she saved up for. My family doesn't, I do not come from money. My family doesn't have money, but her favorite is Burberry. So I was like, I'll have a look at these. So I ended up with this, and I'm really happy with this purchase. Super cute case for them, by the way. These are the sunglasses, so they're just super basic black. That was kind of my intention to go with everything. But the reason I wanted the Chanel was because I kind of wanted you to be able to see like the Chanel on the side when you're wearing them. And I know these are not Chanel, but you can definitely see they're Burberry because there's a pattern on the side. So anyway, without further yapping, this is what they look like on. Please excuse the fact that half of my eyebrows are sweated off because I've been walking for so long, but this is what these look like, and just a little like a Burberry pattern on the side. I think these are super cute, and they were way less than I was expecting to pay for the Chanel ones. So the Chanel ones that I was looking at were anywhere between 800 and 1.3k. That was all of the Chanel ones. I could justify it if I found a pair that I really loved. Sunglasses are one of those things that I'm a bit hesitant to spend a hell of a lot of money on sunnies because there is a chance they could get lost. There's a chance they could get crushed. Hasn't happened to me with any of my pairs. However, I'm always kind of paranoid. This is something that can so easily end up broken. Anyway, enough yapping about that. This was 400 even, which I think is a reasonable amount for designer sunglasses. I think that's more than fair. So I'm very happy. They are also polarized. There was the exact same ones that weren't polarized. I think were like, if I remember right, like $80 less or something, but I wanted the polarized. So very happy with that. So I spent $400 on this and $30 on the shirt. Little update, I have a booking. We are going to hit goal. Oh my gosh. It's currently like 8 p.m. The deposit came through, I want to say maybe 20 minutes ago. So I've started to like retouch my makeup because it's been a few hours since I've done it now. Fixing that up, I'm going to go and get changed, and I've just cracked one of these. Oh, it's like my little celebration. Last one. This guy seems really nice, but I'm pretty sure he's never done this before. Just from the interaction, I might be wrong. He could prove me wrong. We'll see for the vlog. I think this might, if not, it's like one of the first few times he's done this, or possibly he's only been to establishments before. But we got it all sorted. The deposit is paid. He is a legit client, so I'm going to be seeing him shortly, and it's just a 1 hour, which sets us to exactly the goal that we needed. And then after that, I'll be able to pack up for the night. In the downtime since I last checked in with you guys, I've done a couple of things. I've half packed my luggage. I ran another load through the washing machine and dryer so that it is all ready to go. I did a bunch of online work like OnlyFans messages and some things, emails, that sort of stuff that I had some downtime to do. And yeah, pretty much I feel fully refreshed and ready to go for another one. And this will be my last one. Woo! Bye, Adelaide. This has definitely been my quietest Adelaide trip that I have ever done. I'm booking ready. Unfortunately, the lighting is shocking over here. 10 minutes until the booking starts. The client has tried to call me again for the 4th time. I don't know. I don't think this means that he's going to be in trouble. Normally when they're like doing what they're not told, like what they're told not to do on the ad, normally it means that they're up to no good, but there's something about it. I think he just actually hasn't seen anyone before. I think that's what it is. We will see when I see him in person, but he's now tried to call the phone 4 times, 3 times when he was making the booking, and now again at like 10 to. I'm like, I don't do phone calls. I don't even answer the phone to my regulars besides like literally one of them because he pays me when I answer the phone. That's why I pick up his phone calls. Anyway, this is my fit. I'm sorry I can't show you the full body because unfortunately it's very hard to do so when I don't want to accidentally show too much of the background in my shoes. And yeah, I'm gonna go do this booking and we'll see what he's like, because I don't know, I'm not getting threatening vibes. Am I not the sexiest potato you've ever seen? Obviously just got out of the shower, finished the booking, washed all my makeup off and my hair, and I'm looking terrible. Booking went fine. There was a reason what can I say? No, I don't think that anyone would be able to identify him. He has a alternative career path, which is why the phone calls are just like the go-to. that he was not trying to push boundaries with the phone calls. That's just like his normal means of communication, and he's only seen like two other providers before, and very rarely, so he just doesn't understand the etiquette. But he was fine in the booking. When I grabbed him from the lobby, I'm going to be totally honest, I was a bit like, oh no, how is this going to go? But he was fine. He was actually lovely. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are getting what I'm putting down with that statement. But you know, he was fine. I'd see him again. He was a good egg. Just didn't look like he was going to be a good egg. So yeah, anyways, we are done for the night. That is it, and I will check in with you guys before I fly out in the morning. I'm going to have dinner now and obviously put some clothes on, because right now I am wearing this. That is it for the Melbourne trip. I'm going to go and check out now. Hope you guys have had a great day.